Hello. What we're going to be doing is going over auxiliary views. So what an auxiliary view is a slanted surface being projected into its true form. All right, I know that sounds a little confusing, but if you were to have, let's say, let's pretend my thumb was a little bit more slanted off. So we have a flat surface and then a slanted surface. We want to project this surface to see its true face, to dimension any holes or any features that are on that surface. So as you can see here, I have a somewhat L-shaped figure that kind of resembles what I was trying to do with my hand. And we want to do the various views needed along with its auxiliary view. All right. So I'm going to go through the process of doing that, and I've added some key things like curved corners and stuff like that to give you all the various scenarios that would make doing auxiliary views or slanted surfaces a little tricky. All right. So let's start off with doing the front surface. The front surface would be this shape right here. I'm going to try and draw a line from here to here just so you can see what that slant would look like when I hatch it, so you can see what I'm trying to draw. Whoops. Hatch. And let's give this a reddish color. All right, so that's kind of more or less the view I'm trying to go for. So I'm gonna start out here. I'm gonna do a four unit line going towards the left, and then I'm gonna go my angle of 3. I'm gonna go my distance of 3, and that's actually an angle of 30. I did forget to put that on there. I'm gonna go an angle of 30 going away, so it would be 90 plus 30 would be 120. All right, so this angle here from here coming down to this flat surface this way would have been 30, so from here to here would have been 120. As we can see here, our thickness is 1, so I'm going to offset 1 up and over, connect these features together, and then I know I have a circle here, but I'm gonna wait on that one until we do the side view, or until we get some more views done. All right, so from here I'm gonna offset my 1. As you guys recall, we're supposed to be using offsets of 1 to keep our parts away from each other. I'm gonna draw me some construction lines here. Change the layer just so you guys can see it. Extend it up. Offset 3. Draw this line across right here. We can see this one, so that one goes there. And we can see this one, so that one goes there. So I'll come back and delete these. Now, if you saw correctly, this point represents this top surface. And this surface has some radii, right? So if we're looking at this surface, we need to know a few things. We need to know, 1, where does the line hit? So if this is a radius of 0.5, it should theoretically be coming down 0.5 here. That's where its center would be. So I would project that line across. Once again, what this line represents is going to be the center location. Let me draw it here. The center location of this point to that point. This line is theoretically this line. I came down the 0.5 and then projected across. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I need to figure out, well, if I'm looking at this view, 0.5 would be coming in from here and here, correct? So from here, I have 2 points I can snap to create an ellipse that connects those points. I'm gonna do an ellipse, I'm gonna do a center ellipse, I'm gonna do my center, edge, edge. If you notice, when I do a dimension from edge to edge is 0.5, and you're gonna notice from this point to this point is not 0.5. Why? Because we did 0.5 at a slant. So because it's at a slant, when you're looking at it straight on, it's not in its true form. It's not going to be the true 0.5, it's going to be slightly off. So that's what we just did there. Alright, so now I'm going to use this to come back and delete these edges. And then I can come in and delete this one. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to get that line there. Do this again. Center ellipse, or center ellipse, center point out and then up. And I can come back and delete these two construction lines to get those. Now delete that dimension. Now that all of that is done, I can delete that. So you can see I have my ellipses here. Now, check this out. I also have to project this line over, but I'll do that one in a little bit. I want to get to this circle first. So this circle from here up is a distance of 1.25. So I need to offset 1.25 down, and that would be the center of that circle, and I know it's dead center vertically, and I know that it's a radius of 0.5. So I'm going to do this piece by piece. I'm going to offset my 0.25, so I'm going to go halfway each one, so half up. Actually no, it's a radius of 0.5. So offset my radius of 0.5 up and down. These would have to be hidden. I'm going to keep this here for now just so we can use it as a basis. And now I'm going to project this edge over and this edge over. Remember, this is a 1/2 inch radius, right? So that means my diameter should be 1. I bet you if I take a dimension here, that diameter is not 1, it's slightly less. As you can see there, it is slightly less. So now I'm going to offset my 0.5 on this face, side to side. And I'll use that inner box to do my ellipse. I'm going to go to the center, go out to one edge, out to the other edge, and now I can delete these lines here. And this will be solid. And this is going to be my other ellipse. Alright, now this is where the fun actually starts. See this line I was telling you guys about earlier? When I project across? This would exactly be an exact copy of this line, but down here. So what we do is we grab the top, we copy directly down, and go perpendicular to this line, and these become hidden. This represents the arch and line of this backside. Which begs the question, if I had to do that for the top, Should I have to do that for my circle since I have the opening up here and another opening down here? The answer is yes. So we're going to draw a line from this back piece across, and then we're going to copy this down from the quadrant. Got to make sure it's clicking to the right location. All right. I'm going to trim off the bottom. This is solid because I can see it. I'm going to copy it again. This time I'm going to trim off the top part, and the bottom part will be hidden. And then I need to connect the quadrants together with hidden lines. That is very important. That's showing the tunnel that's being made. Then I can delete these lines here. Now that I've done that, I can delete that line. I can come in and do my top view now. So I come in, I'm going to come across, come up, do a line at 45 degrees. I can offset this line 1. Stand it out a little bit. And now I'm going to use this edge to project up, use this edge to project up, use this edge to project across, and this one will project up, up, up. Alright, so now I'm going to come in, let me get this one too, so I can get my overall boundaries. I'm going to switch to object layer, and I'm going to trace this out. So I have this line. Well, be careful where you're clicking. That line, that line, that line. This one comes all the way across. I need this front surface. I need the turn right there. And now I can delete all these extra lines. At least for now. Just put this back so you guys can see where I got that line coming from. Okay, so now I need to get this hole up here. So I'm going to project this hole up. Project it up here. I'm going to project this hole up. Where they cross, I'm going to come across. I'm going to project my center up. Project it between 2 points up. And once again, we need to zoom in to get this ellipse here. And from this location to this location to this location. Now that I have that, I can come in and make that the right color so I can distinguish what it is. I can come back and delete these extra lines. I need to come in and project the backside. So in this case, I will be copying from the center back here. And because I cannot see it because none of it is crossing into the inside, it will all be hidden. And I need to connect it to the main piece. There we go. Now, same thing as earlier, I need to do the arc part on these two surfaces. So I need to offset my 0.5 down, project this up. I can offset my 0.5 in here and in there. Do a center ellipse from center to edge, center to edge, center to edge. Let me zoom in here so I can trim out the extras. Come back and delete these two lines. Delete these two lines. Match properties. And then I can grab just the curves and copy them from the center back and trim off these excess. The reason I copied just the curves is because this line is visible from the top. I can see it right there. So it can be solid. All right. So that is projecting slanted surfaces. And then now for the real part here, for the auxiliary view. So for that one, the best bet is to offset your 1 inch. You have that slanted surface. So I'm gonna come in and delete these construction lines, and then I have to move this line out of the way, because if I were to start drawing here, it would interfere with these other objects. We'll move it out of the way, and then this surface is this surface. I need to know its thickness. Its thickness is 3, so I'm going to offset 3. I will connect those lines. All right. I need to draw the circle. So what I can do is I can offset the, I believe it was 1.25 in dead center, and it's going to be a radius of 0.5. Delete that construction line, and then we need our curves. So on this surface, and only on this surface, is where the true sides of the circle and these arcs are going to come in. And theoretically we did it like this so that we can dimension to these actual features and get its true form. Because if you remember, in these other sides, either you can't dimension to it because it's hidden, or it's not its true size, it's slightly skewed because we're using ellipses and not the full circles and arcs. Now the last thing to do here is to come in and do our center marks and center lines. So I'm going to do my center mark here. I have to rotate it a little bit to get it to line up with the orientation of the circle. We do not, I repeat, we do not do center marks for ellipses. And I need my center line. So I'm going to do my center line for that edge, and this part is done. Once again, just like with anything else, if you are lost in the video, if you need further explanation on any specific area, get with myself or whoever is in charge of your class, whoever your instructor is, and they should be able to help you out to get past whatever humps you're facing. Thank you.